Hello, can you hear me now? I think it's on now. I think the audio is good. I might have the volume up a little too loud. Can everybody hear me? Someone give me a thumbs up real quick that you can hear me, and then we'll continue. How's everybody doing today? Now we can hear you. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, I forgot to press that power button when I started. There's always something, right? How's everybody today? My name is Rob. Welcome to today's live stream. I do this every week. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. So, how was everybody's week? Everybody excited for another live stream? I'll be here for at least 2 hours. And then all depends if you are still asking me questions. We can keep going if you want. I've got a couple things written down that I'm going to go over. I think I'm disturbing Peanut. All right, I'm going to be talking now for like 2 hours, so get comfortable. Yeah, so who's all here and where are you watching from? We'll just I'll go through the live chat, answer any questions you have. That's usually how I start these things. And we'll start with that, and then we'll move into designing a thumbnail. Now, for those of you who saw my video that I came out with, I think it was Friday, that was how to design a thumbnail, how to create a thumbnail in 5 minutes. And that's been well received, so if you saw that, great. I'm going to show you a few other things, though. I'm not just going to go over what was in that video. And I'll take any questions that you have as I'm going through that. And then I got some things to talk about in terms of a new coaching program that I'm going to be releasing soon. It's not ready yet. I want to make sure all my ducks are lined up before I come out with that. Yeah, so I can answer your questions regarding that as well. So why don't I get right into the chat and see who's all here. First up, we've got 60 plus. Hi, Rob. Starting right off with a question. Hello, 60 plus. Thanks for stopping by. And your question, how did changing from Windows to Mac affect your productivity? Cheers, Alan here in Ireland, and it's 6 p.m. So 4 hours difference. I thought it was 5 hours difference, but 4 hours. Very good. Actually, we're about to, I think within the next month, our time will fall backwards an hour. We do that here in North America. I don't know if that's done everywhere or not, but it is here in Canada and the US, I believe. Yeah, so my productivity, it didn't affect it as much as I might have thought. As I was worried about doing that. I've wanted to switch to a Mac for quite some time. I've been using an iPhone since, I think, the iPhone 3. And now I've got the 14 and may or may not upgrade to the latest one in the next couple of months. But yeah, so I've been an Apple user for a long time with the phone. And I've had an iPad over the years. It's an old one now. But no, when I switched to a Mac, see, the reason why it wasn't as bad as I had thought it would be in terms of my productivity taking a hit is because a lot of what I do is web-based. A lot of what I do is done through a browser. So if you're doing it through a browser, it really doesn't matter whether you're using a Mac or a PC. Now, years ago, there were programs that I used that needed Windows to run. For example, QuickBooks needed Windows to run. I had the Windows version of QuickBooks. Now you can get it online. Just over the years, there was always, because I was a Windows user forever, since I started using computers, the late 90s, I guess, or mid 90s. But no, so when I switched, I was already a Camtasia user, and I was already using DaVinci Resolve. Both of those video editing software are available for both PC and Mac. And they're very similar. With DaVinci Resolve, I think it's actually identical. Doesn't matter which platform you use it on. With Camtasia, there are some slight differences. It's a slightly different program on Windows versus Mac, and that took a little getting used to. Other than that, yeah, I hit YouTube and watched a few videos on, how to do certain things. Some basic things like File Manager in Windows. Well, there's no such thing in a Mac. It's called Finder. I shouldn't say there's no such thing. It's just called something different. And it took me a while to find that. But I guess the biggest difficulty I had right off the bat was to close a window in Windows. You go up to the top right and hit the X button. On a Mac, it's the top left. That's the biggest difference. Other than that, my MacBook is a lot more powerful than my desktop was. So that's a plus. So things render faster for me. No, I would say the productivity wasn't affected that much at all. Just a little bit with the getting used to some shortcuts and whatnot. But I'm very happy I made the switch, and I could always switch back if I wanted to, but I don't see myself doing that. So I hope that helps answer your question. Live stream consultants, good morning from southern New Mexico. Hello, welcome. Mary from Illinois. Hello, Mary. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Piet van Outshroom. Hi, Piet from South Africa here. 7 p.m. and raining. That's too bad. It's a beautiful day here in Nova Scotia. It's around 20 degrees. Let me see. What is 20 Celsius in Fahrenheit? Let's ask ChatGPT. 68. So it's 68 degrees roughly here in Nova Scotia. For those of you who are in the United States, for everybody else in the world, it's 20 degrees Celsius. And sunny and nice. The ocean's getting a little cold to swim in, though. It's down in the, it's around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. What is 60 F in C? So for those of you in Europe or elsewhere in the world, that's around 15 to 16 degrees Celsius, the ocean temperature right here. A little cool for swimming unless you're going fast and working out. Clark Labelson, Seattle. Thanks for the live event. No problem, Clark. Hello and welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Julie T. Hi, Rob from Quebec, Canada. Welcome, fellow Canadian. Quebec, very good. Thanks for stopping in. And Chen Weidman. Hello from Cape Town, South Africa. That's 2 from South Africa. Welcome. Very good. Gwen and Derek Travels. Hello from Huntsville, Alabama. Awesome. Very good. Hello. Welcome. We have ABC from Paris. Love the music. Very good. Yeah, I like that music too. I assume you're talking about what I use for the background music. I've stumbled across that when I made my over 40 video, and I've been using it in all my videos since. And I download that from, where do I get that one from? Epidemic Sound. So I have an account with them, and I can download royalty-free music, and I can, as long as I keep my subscription up to date with them, I can keep using that music. Now, for those who want to know, if I stopped my Epidemic Sound subscription, that does not affect any videos that I had made with that. So if I've already made videos with that music, as long as I had the subscription when I made it, no problem, forever. I can keep that video online. But if I ever stopped my subscription, then if I made a new video, even though I've still downloaded that piece of music, I can no longer use that music in a new video that I make. Okay, so that, for those who are curious, that's how the royalty-free license works with Epidemic Sound. Hi, Rob, coming to you from northern Minnesota. Just started channel today, in fact. Going out to shoot after this. Awesome, welcome. Welcome from Minnesota. Are you an NFL fan? If so, I deeply apologize for my Lions beating your Vikings a couple days ago. I'm going to gloat. I'm sorry. I'm a big Detroit Lions fan. Go figure, eh? All the way from Nova Scotia. Not too many of us around here. But yeah, good luck with your channel and you're shooting your video. Penny C, hello. Hello, how you doing? I will not be able to catch the live stream, but will watch the replay. My question is how to make text appear for only the first 30 seconds of a video in Canva. Thanks and have a great live stream. So for that, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask that because I've never used Canva to make videos. Okay, I know you can now. It's got some video editing capabilities, and you can make some. I think there's probably a limit as to how long the videos can be in Canva. From what I've seen, it looks like it might be a little harder to use than a regular video editing software like Camtasia or DaVinci Resolve or Filmora or anything like that, iMovie. But I'll have to look into that. So I'm sure there's a way. If you can edit videos in Canva, then you could probably, my guess is you could probably drag one of the ends of your clip, your text clip, and shorten it. Okay, that's probably what you would have to do, but I'm not exactly sure. Never done that in Canva. Canva is my favorite though for making images. I make all my thumbnails in Canva, my banner for the top of my YouTube channel, the avatar, any other images that I need. If I ever need to create an image, let's say I want to create an image and put it in a video that I'm making, like, I don't know, let's say I want a thumbnail to pop up in my video, a thumbnail of a previous video, and I want it to pop up with a border and all that stuff. I'll probably create that in Canva and then export it and then put it into my video editing software. So I love Canva. I've been using Canva for, might be 10 years now, a long time, since before it was popular, put it that way. So there you go. So, and Robert, hey Rob, Robert here from Texas. Hello, Robert from Texas. How you doing? JKK World Travels. Hi from Britain. Welcome, Britain, or JKK. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Robert, I discovered you a few days ago and have watched a lot of your videos, and this will be my first live Q&A. Learned a lot of things in a short time watching your videos. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. And welcome aboard, I like to say, to new subscribers. That's great. And now you can hear me. Okay, so I'm caught up to the beginning. I'm only 15 minutes behind in the chat right now. Diamond Net says yes. Pamela Powers, hello Pam. Now you can hear me. ABC, thumbs up. Yeah. Yes. I'm just going through these. Good afternoon, all. Mustang 774. Good afternoon. Clark can hear as well. Watching from Newfoundland, Canada. Very good, Mustang. Welcome. My wife is from Newfoundland, actually. So there you go. Not too far from here. Clark Labelson from Seattle. Welcome, Clark. See, I've never been to Seattle. I'd like to go to Seattle someday. Zoom and Pan is so much better on PC in Camtasia. Zoom and Pan is so much better on PC in Cam. Oh yes, I think I've heard that, and the reason I say I've heard that is because the way I've always done Zoom and Pan in Camtasia is the way you do it in the Mac version, anyways. I know there's a separate tab for Zoom and Pan in the Windows version. I just never used to use that. I always used it just by dragging a custom animation and then dragging the corners of the video and moving it around to wherever I want it in the canvas. That's the way I've always done it. So, but those who are used to using that other method in the PC, when you switch to the Mac version, they miss that. I understand that. The one thing I missed from going from the PC version to the Mac version in Camtasia is the way it handles subtitles or captions. There's a neat little feature in Camtasia for Windows where you can load up the transcript and then press play and then click every time you want, as it's playing through the video, click every time you want a new subtitle created, or like basically another page of subtitles created. And you can't do that in the Mac version. I'm not sure why, but I used to use that a lot when I was subtitling videos for clients through Fiverr. So yeah, there you go. Boomer Bites, CapCut fan here. Love my Mac too. I've been an Apple zombie for years. Very good. CapCut's cool. I haven't spent a ton of time in it, but it's great for beginners. CapCut, I think CapCut and Camtasia both are great for beginners. One I'm going to take a closer look at as well is Filmora. A lot of people have been mentioning that to me, which I haven't really used in the past. But I have used CapCut for fancy TikTok style captions in the past and liked it for that. Yeah, very good. CapCut. JP. Hey, Rob. JP here in Portugal. We turn the clocks back this Sunday morning, early in the morning. Okay, very good. Do we? I think we're still a couple weeks away from doing that. Of course, that makes things confusing for everybody all over the world, but okay, interesting. I didn't know you guys did that as well, so that's cool. That is cool. Zeisler Music, hello from Denmark. Hello, how you doing? And Chris from CM Music, or Chris CM Music, Munier? Hello from Moncton. Oh, very good. Moncton, not far from here at all. Less than 3 hours drive. I was there last weekend, actually. Enrique Saucedo. And I apologize if I pronounce anybody's name incorrectly. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm not always that great at it, but I'll give it the old college try. I'm Enrique from Houston, Texas. I loved your video about starting a YouTube channel. I'm 45 and want to get started on my journey too. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Whoops. What did I do here? I scrolled away and I lost my spot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, congrats. Congrats. And, starting a YouTube channel. So I'm not sure if you've started yet. You want to get started on your journey. Well, good luck to you starting. You can do it. And yeah, I've got several videos on my channel that hopefully will help. There are certain things that tend to hold people back, and it's not the same thing for everybody. Some people are concerned with putting themselves out there in videos. Some people would rather not do that at all and go the faceless channel route, or route. Giving away my Canadian accent there. But yeah, whatever you want to make your channel about, go for it. Give it your best shot. If you can put yourself in your videos, that's what I recommend. I think that gives you the best chance at growing your channel faster. People can connect with you better, and yeah. And then yeah, the next best piece of advice I like to give people is when you're making videos, try to help people. If you can make videos that help people, that will also increase the chances that people will want to subscribe and come back and see more. Yeah, so a lot of people want to make they like the idea of a YouTube channel, having their own videos. Actually, they like the idea of perhaps making money on YouTube, and want, want to know the best way to do that. But couple that with the fact that a lot of people are camera shy, and in fact, they don't even know it until they try to film themselves on camera. You'd be surprised if you've never tried it. Try to film yourself. Set your camera or your phone up on a tripod and press record and sit in front of it and try to talk about something. If you've never done it before, the vast majority of people have a real tough time doing that. I certainly did, and still do to a certain extent. Yeah, the best way to get over that, though, is to just keep doing it. Practice, and practice staring at the lens. Try not to look at yourself if you have a flip-up screen so that you can see yourself, or if you're using a phone, try not to use the selfie camera where you can actually see yourself, because then you might be tempted to look at yourself as opposed to looking at the lens, which is usually off to one side or the other. Right, and then when people are watching your video back, it'll kind of look like this. It'll look like you're talking, but you're looking off to the side, right? So you want to try to avoid that if you can. So, anyways, just a couple of tips for you. Hello from Vidalia, Georgia. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Haya from Chester Basin. Okay, that's even closer. Just down the way. That's like 40 minutes from here. Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. The R Revolution. Boomer Bites. I'm a transplant from Ohio. Bengals fan here. Oh, that's too bad. I've actually never seen a game in Cincinnati. I'd love to. I've seen one in Cleveland. That was an experience like 20 years ago. Very good. Okay. So, okay. Oh, you were the one that said you're in Minnesota. So that would explain that. All right. Cool. Jimmy Land, hello from South Central Minnesota. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome. That's two of you from Minnesota today. That's awesome. Home Gym Physique. Hey, Rob, fix your TikTok link within your description. Okay, I will. TikTok? I'm going to write a note because I didn't know it was broken, but thank you. TikTok link. I will fix it. If you go to TikTok, I think it's Rob the Maritimer. I'm going to double check that right now. So let's go to my YouTube channel, click live. I'll click this and I'll immediately hit mute so you don't hear me twice. And go to description. TikTok should be at the bottom. Ah, I see the problem. Okay, there's a space in there. So if I go, sorry guys, I'm going to fix this right now. If I go into details and scroll down, of course, that means that's probably broken in all of my videos. We'll save that. There, it should be fixed, but I don't think you would know it unless you refreshed the page. It's fixed. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check. That might be broken in all of my, I don't know how many videos I have, 200 or so. I got a lot of videos, but that would be unfortunate. But thank you. Yokai Watch from Singapore, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Watching from the Caribbean, that's cool. Sun Queen Relaxation, that sounds good. Love to be in the Caribbean right now. Bridget here from Chicago, welcome Bridget. Thanks for stopping in. Cooking, would you write a shot list? I assume you meant that's supposed to be shot list? For a cooking show. So a shot list would be like if you're going to film a video and there's a whole bunch of different things you need to record that you're then going to kind of put together when you're editing your video, then you may want to create a shot list and write down every little thing that you want to make sure you get. So if there's a whole bunch of things that you want to record in a certain order, then yeah, I'd be tempted to write them all down just so you don't forget anything. The videos I've been making lately of just myself talking to the camera, I don't have a shot list because it's just one take, maybe 2 or 3, or maybe I have to cut out a few mistakes here, but it's typically just one long file. But if you want to create a video and there's a whole bunch of steps, so you mentioned cooking. So let's say you want to make a video of making a certain recipe and all the different steps, then yeah, I think I would, if I was doing that, I think I would sit down and write down a list of everything that I wanted to record. Yeah, that way you don't miss anything. So absolutely. And you can just do that well, you can write a list in anything. Like I'd probably use Excel. I like spreadsheets, but you probably could use, a Word or a doc file, something like that. Or Notepad or anything like that. So yeah, good luck with that. Christy, hello Christy, how you doing? Love your videos. I've seen lots of your videos too over the years, so that's great. Thank you. Good to see you here. Filmora UI is terrible. Camtasia is much cleaner. Okay, good to know. Good to know. See, I've used Camtasia for many years to make tutorial videos. Mostly is what I started using it for. And I've never used Filmora. I've just heard some people suggest that I should look at it. And what I would like to, one of the things that's on my to-do list for the future is to create quick getting started guides for a lot of the popular video editing software. And Filmora is one of the ones I've got on. I think I've got a list of like 8 or 9 of them, and Filmora is one of them. So, but you don't like the UI. Okay, I'd be interested to know what is the problem with the UI. I mean, most video editing software that I've seen, the user interface, UI is user interface for those who are unfamiliar with that term. Most of them are very similar, like with the timeline along the bottom, canvas somewhere usually, as the main, so you can see what's going on, and then perhaps a place to get all of your clips, top left typically, and then properties top right. I'm thinking of Camtasia when I'm saying this, but like DaVinci Resolve is very similar. Even CapCut is very similar. Those would be the other two that I use the most. Well, I use Camtasia 90% of the time, 95% of the time. Last week I did use DaVinci Resolve. I showed you guys how I would edit my video if I were using DaVinci, but I don't usually use that. But anyways, moving along, Burgett, I just recently signed up with Filmora and am now learning how to use it. Okay, cool. I hope that goes well. Let us know how it goes. I know that's a relatively popular one. Bayou Mama, howdy from Louisiana. Howdy, how you doing? Ann Can, hi Rob, how you doing? Welcome, Ann Can. The Pin Fool Life. Good morning, just tuning in. Just started my second channel, beginning of the month. Got 21 videos up. Wow, 21 videos you just started the beginning of the month? That's a video a day. Very good. Very good. Don't burn yourself out. But that's awesome. Very good. Good luck with that, with your second channel. Incidentally, for those who are interested, some people wonder, why would you start a second channel? Sometimes it's a good idea to have a second channel if you want to talk about something else that your current channel, the audience in your current channel, probably don't have an interest in. Okay, so if you have one channel and you have a niche, things that you talk about there, and you've already started to grow an audience, and they're there for that content. If you then want to make videos that have absolutely nothing to do with that content, then it may be a good idea to start another channel and put your videos there, your new videos, and you can have as many channels as you want. Now, having said that, if somebody is just starting out and they don't even really know yet what their niche should be, or what their niche, what they want to talk about. Let's say they either have so many interests and they don't know which one is the best one that, to make videos about, or maybe they don't think they really have anything worthy of talking about and making a channel around. I would tend to think that everybody could think of something, even if it's something you don't think is that important or popular, other people might. But my point is, if you aren't sure where you want to go, then maybe you have several things that you're interested in. Write them all down, kind of do a little bit of brainstorming, and then try to make your first few videos on different topics and see if one resonates with people more than the other. Now, it might take YouTube a little bit longer to figure out who your audience is if you do that. Yeah, and you may decide too, as you're making these videos, you may decide, oh, well, you know what? I had more fun making this type. I'm going to make more of these. And then also, as you're making videos, try to get in the habit of, in your video, ask your audience what they'd like to see from you next. Okay, if you're solving problems for your audience, and getting feedback from your audience as to, maybe they'll ask you questions. Can you expand on this a little more? Can you can you talk about this other thing next? That'll be a good way to kind of guide you in terms of, what your niche can evolve over time. It can change a little bit. So anyways, I'm kind of rambling now, but that's just a little bit on having multiple channels. There's no problem. If you have the time to manage more than one channel, and you have two distinctly different topics that, there's really no crossover, then it might make sense to have two channels. So there you go. Good luck with that. Evolutionary Tom, retired and inspired. Hello from Marco Island, Florida. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Emalicia, welcome. Hi from El Salvador. Your vids have been very helpful. Thank you. No problem, and welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's great. Dan Frankel, hi Rob. Always look forward to seeing your show on Tuesdays. Awesome, Dan. Welcome back. Good to see you again. The Pinfool Life. So where did you get your name? I'm sure in one of your videos somewhere. Did you work on boats or something? 1 second. I'm just going to take a drink. Okay, so my name is Rob. The Maritimer is kind of a dual reason. Like, I am a Maritimer because I live in one of the 3 maritime provinces in Canada. So that's Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island. Those are the 3 maritime provinces they're known as. Another meaning for the word maritime is just something to do with the ocean. And I live right on the ocean. The ocean is literally 20 feet that way outside my window. And I grew up in this area, sailing, boating, water skiing, that kind of stuff, swimming in the ocean. I love the ocean. So I thought that made sense, Rob the Maritimer. So, and that brings up another point too. Some people spend a lot of time on choosing a name for a channel. Should you choose a name that has something to do with what your channel is about? So for example, my channel here, I could have called it, I don't know, Creator's Cove. Okay. I could have called it YouTube Beginners, right? Or Video Editing for Beginners, or whatever, anything. But the reality is, when I started my channel 4 years ago, I didn't know exactly what my channel was going to evolve into. Again, I had several different things I could talk about, and I just didn't know. And I tried a few different things until something kind of hit. I was a user of Camtasia, so I thought I should make Camtasia tutorial videos because I know that's the software I know better than any other software. I started off making videos like that. I was also a freelancer at Fiverr, so I thought, maybe people want to learn how to be a freelancer and make an income through Fiverr. Maybe I could make videos on that. So because I didn't know what topic, my channel was mostly going to be about when I started, I just used my name. And actually I did Rob the Maritimer, I thought made sense. Some people just use their first and last name, which you can do. And also, don't be too concerned because you can always change it. You don't have to stick with what you choose in the beginning. You can change your channel name later if you want. But there will come a time, like at this point for me, we're up over 25,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So at this point, there's a lot of people probably that know my name, that know my channel name, right? So it might do some harm if I were to change that. People may not be able to find me, right? If they want to find my videos, but and they remember the name Rob the Maritimer, but if I changed it to something else, I may lose some people. They may not be able to find me, right? So at this point, I don't think I'll change my name. It makes sense, and I could always pivot again if I want to change what I'm talking about. So I did a little pivot in July when I stopped making only Camtasia tutorial videos and went a little more general and started addressing the older crowd, people over 40 and over 50, and why you should start in on YouTube. And that video had really nothing to do with Camtasia, even though I used Camtasia to make it. But that was a pivot. And I never changed my name when I did that. And it didn't hurt my channel. You can always change your name if you want, but once you get popular, you may not, like once your channel gets so many subscribers, you may not want to change that. Okay, so hopefully that answers that. Keith Carnivale, hi from Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, Keith. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Christy, thanks. Rob, no problem, Christy. Keith, thank you for the help getting 2 channels going. Awesome. Good luck with that. Hey, Christy, I watched a few of your videos too. Awesome. Robert, yes, and I have too. I've watched a lot of your videos, Christy, over the years. Camtasia expert. For those who want more Camtasia help, go see Christy's channel because he's got a lot of useful information there. Christy says it's clunky. Okay, I'm assuming you're talking about Filmora now. It's clunky. Many of the functions are not where you expect them to be, and they upsell you like crazy. I gave it up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like upsells. Actually, yes, I noticed that. I loaded the. I didn't download it, but I went to their website a few days ago. Yeah, it looks like you don't get all of the features when you sign up for Filmora. So yeah, I don't love that approach myself, but there you go. Roger plays games. Good evening, all. Good evening, Roger. Christy, great to hear that. Robert, Roger plays games. Only started my channel 2 weeks ago. Hi from the UK. Awesome. Good luck with that channel. 2 weeks. So you're just starting out. That's great. How exciting. That's awesome. Try to be consistent. Consistency pays off. If you can get into a rhythm and post videos consistently, that's your best path to success, in my opinion. That and trying to help people with your videos. Don't worry if your videos aren't perfect. A lot of people will, they'll post a video and then they'll let too much time go by before posting another one because maybe they don't think they have the perfect idea, or their editing isn't as good as they want it to be. Don't let those things stop you. Like just try to get consistent in pumping out content. And remember, your first several videos, I might even say your first 50 videos, are just for you anyways. Okay, and what I mean by that is you're going to be practicing. So even with your first 50 videos, it's going to take a while before the growth really takes over. Even with consistency, it takes time typically. And let's say it takes you 100 videos before you really start seeing some growth. Well, at that time, the growth of your channel that you'll be experiencing will be from people who find you they'll be finding you with your most current videos. So videos number 100, 101, 102. And it won't be because of your first 50 videos. Those first 50 probably aren't going to get very many views at all compared to video number 100. So keep that in mind. Try not to get discouraged if the growth starts slow or even seems non-existent in the beginning. But while you're doing it, you're getting better. Try to get a little better with your videos every time. Get better at talking to the camera if you're putting yourself in your videos. Get better at the video editing, the uploading process. Try to get some systems in place that allow you to do it more quickly. And then, settle on a schedule. Can you upload a video every week? Twice a week? 3 times a week? Once every 2 weeks? Whatever it is. Once a month? Whatever it is. Try to stay consistent with that. And good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Cindy Campbell. Hey Rob from Vancouver Island. Hello Cindy, how you doing? Just tuned in yesterday and have been binging on your videos as I am wanting to set up a YouTube channel right away. Love your videos. Thank you. No problem. Awesome. Great. Another new YouTuber. Good luck and have fun with it. Above all, have fun. If you're having fun making videos and uploading and just with the whole process and not getting discouraged when you look at the stats and see that you're not getting views yet, if you're having fun, that makes it easier to keep going. If you don't enjoy it, that makes it very easy to quit. So, and there are so many people that quit before their channels have had a chance to grow. So have fun with it. Laugh at yourself if you make a video and you're in it and you don't love the way you look or sound or whatever. Just try to have fun with it, and that'll take you a long way. And the other thing to remember, and this is for you, and who is the other one who's just starting? Anyone who's just starting. What was I going to say? I lost my thought. Let me have a drink. I got it. YouTube needs time to figure out who your audience is. Okay? Yes, you're going to spend some time figuring out who your audience is, and try to identify your typical viewer and make videos that are for them, right? Solving a problem for them or whatever. But it will take YouTube time to figure out who you're trying to target as well. They won't know right off the bat. You can help YouTube out by having a good title with, having a good title and thumbnail will get the clicks. But if you have a good title with keywords, good description, put your tags in with the keywords that, try to get found in search, I guess, right off the bat. And YouTube, then it's up to YouTube to try to match your video with the people who might want to watch it. And it might take them some time to figure out who your audience is. So the more videos you make for the same people, the same audience, addressing the same types of problems, that's more data for YouTube as they, put your videos out hopefully in front of the right people. And if they put it in front of the right people, then they'll probably click to watch it. And then it's up to your video. Is your video good? Are they going to stay and watch? That matters too. But YouTube needs time as well. It's very rare that a channel will blow up with just a few videos. Organizational bliss. Hi from England, Rob. Keep inspiring us all. Thank you. No problem. I'll do my best. 30-day challenge plus batch filming for my budgeting. So more. 30-day challenge plus batch filming for my budgeting. So more. Not really sure what you mean there. A 30-day challenge. 30-day challenges are good. Are you talking about uploading one video every... Oh, I think you were the one... I'm sorry. So this is what happens when I fall behind in the chat. You've been uploading one video every day, I think you mentioned earlier. So that's a 30-day challenge. Very good. That is an awesome way to get better at making videos quickly. Make a video every single day, if you can, if you have the time. Every day for 30 days, and I'm sure you will improve both. If you're putting yourself in your videos, I bet you'll improve at looking at the camera and feel more comfortable in front of the camera, and your video editing is going to get better too. I would think. So yeah, good luck with that and have fun. I find the challenge really helps me improving my editing quickly, and I get to experiment with different types of material to narrow down my niche. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great thing to do. I'm doing a channel on building, electrical, and fire code interpretation and analysis. My other channel is for hobbyists in the classic car niche. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, two totally different things. So I think that's a great idea to have two separate channels for those, because two different things, two different audiences. There may be some overlap, but not. If somebody is searching for, electrical code, fire code videos, they're not typically looking for a classic car video. But there may be some, but not very many. Definitely have two different channels for those. And good luck with those for sure. Louis T says, just document what you do. I, for example, record my trade sessions, and it gives me 3 videos from one. You record your trade sessions. Okay, cool. I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, but just documenting what you do is great advice. Yeah, for those who are struggling coming up with an idea for a niche, for what their channel should be about, that's a great idea. If whatever you do in the run of a day might be a lot more interesting to other people than you think. There are people who make videos on how to clean a house, and they just follow them all day, watch them clean their house, right? Or if you're a mechanic, then watch you repair cars. I saw a live stream actually on YouTube. I don't know how I came across it, but it was a guy who his job is hanging off the back of a garbage collection truck. And he picks up garbage cans, empties them in the back of the truck, and jumps back on the truck and goes. He's got a camera attached to the back of the garbage truck, so you can watch him work all day long. I forget I don't know how long his live streams are, but that'll just give you an example of how, like, he probably doesn't think there's anything very special about his job at all. There are people that are interested. They just want to watch. What does he do? How does he do it? Right? So anything, literally anything you can make a channel out of, make videos from. It's crazy. ABC has a question. Rob, do you think it's better to start a channel in your name or in the name of your channel's topic, and why? Thanks. So it doesn't really matter. When I say it doesn't matter in terms of the performance of your videos. Okay, your channel name doesn't matter. In terms of should it be a name or the topic, I like using the name, my name, or some version of it, like Rob the Maritimer, right? And the reason is it gives me the flexibility to change topics if I want, right? So if my channel was called Camtasia Tips and Tricks, right? So that's what I started off, making tips and tricks videos for Camtasia, the video editing software I use. If I called it that, and then I made a video on, people over 40 should get into YouTube, that doesn't necessarily match up as well, right? And since I made that video in July, and I've been making videos kind of on that topic ever since, most of my subscribers now are here because of my more current videos and not necessarily here for my Camtasia videos that I made prior to July. Okay, so so my channel name wouldn't make much sense to the newer people. So for that reason, I would suggest using your name. But again, it doesn't really matter. One other thing I'll say is, if it's your intention to put yourself in your videos, like I recommend you do, you can then use yourself as part of your branding. So for me, for example, I'm in all my videos. I think I'm in all my Camtasia videos as well. A lot of times I'll put myself in a circle mask down in the corner or something like that, but I'm generally in all my videos, and therefore I put myself in all my thumbnails as well. That's just getting my face out there more. So whenever my thumbnail shows up in somebody's YouTube, there's my face. If it's in the recommended, there's my face. You go to my channel, there's my face all over the place, all my thumbnails. So it's become part of my branding. The more I do that, the more people might see a thumbnail of mine and equate my face to over 40 videos or Camtasia videos or whatever, right? So my face, I'm consciously putting it in my videos as part of my branding. It's part of my branding strategy. So if you use your name, that could be also part of it, right? If you're going to put your face in your videos, use your name. That together could be part of your branding strategy and might give you another way for people to remember what your channel's about, what your videos are about. Okay, so I hope that helps. Yeah, but having said all that, it doesn't really matter in terms of how your videos perform. Like, your videos they perform on their own, standalone kind of thing, right? And whatever the channel name that they're posted under doesn't matter. As far as I know, that's what I think. If somebody thinks otherwise, let me know, but that's my experience. Tech for Senior, off to get my flu and COVID shot. We'll watch the replay. Awesome. Enjoy. Doesn't sound like a ton of fun, but good for you. That's good. Keith Carnival, I created an LLC for my media company, and my channels are under the LLC, 2 different niches. Perfect. That's great. That's a great way to do it. Then you can run all of your stuff. If you start making money through your channels, you can run it all through your company. Absolutely a smart way to do it. Hello from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello, Atlanta. How you doing? Boomer Bite says, what do you consider the best day or time to post a new video? Good question. So it depends on who your audience is. I will say, first of all, you can go into your YouTube studio and it will tell you, I'm not sure where, I think it's in your analytics. It'll tell you what the best time for you to post is based on how your previous videos have done. and what time of day they've performed the best. Okay, so you can go in there and find that out. But it could be different for everybody. Like if your channel, let's say, you are in Minnesota, I believe. So let's say your channel is about real estate in Minnesota, for instance. So you've got a localized niche. If that's the case, then you would probably want to post, I would suggest, as the day is getting started in Minnesota. Okay? But that's only if you have a localized audience. Let's say your audience is, maybe you're targeting all of the United States. Then I might be tempted to post as the day is starting on the East Coast, right? And then see how that goes, and then get back into your analytics after a while and see how they performed, and it'll tell you when the best time to post is. If your audience is more global, could be anywhere, then yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you I shouldn't say it doesn't matter. Again, YouTube will tell you what's working the best when people are watching your videos. So for me, mine says that people start watching my videos on average, for the most part, at 9 a.m. my time. Anywhere from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. is when my videos get the most number of views. So between 9 and 2, I will then post most of my videos towards the beginning of that increased period. So 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 8 a.m., somewhere in there is where I typically post. And for me, I don't do it the exact same time all the time. I know some people suggest that you should, consistency, do it the same time all the time. But I'm also a believer in trying new things, right? Like if this is not working the best, then try it slightly different sometime, another time. So I've experimented. I usually post my videos in the morning. I have posted in the evening before, only a couple times, and they haven't done as well. So then that's why I haven't done it more, right? So you really have to look at your analytics to see, try it and then see how it goes, and then take your cues from your own analytics, and whatever they say, I would aim for the start of the increased views of your videos, if that makes sense. I hope that helps. I wonder if I could show. Let me just see. No. Sorry, I am just going to see if there's something I can show you that would show when it's the best time. If I were to go upload. Yeah, I can't think right off the top of my head where that is, but I know I see it. It's probably, if I go to analytics, audience, here it is. Yeah, so if I go here, let me bring this down. Let me share my screen with you. I'll bring this down here. If I go share my screen, there we go. So, okay, so this is the analytics. This is my YouTube Studio. If you go over to audience and scroll down, when your viewers are on YouTube. So this will give you an idea. So here, so on Sundays, so the darker the color, the more viewers. Very many of your viewers are on YouTube here. So it looks like 12 noon on Sundays. It starts in the morning, 9 a.m. on Mondays. Looks pretty consistent most days, right? So you can look at this table to give you an idea as to when is a good time for you to post. Okay, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, it could be different for everybody. All depends on where your audience is. Emma Alicia says, I've started a YouTube channel, Gardens of My Soul, with short videos, therapeutic art for anxiety relief. Are short videos a good way to start growing an audience? Sure. One second. So the way I've always used shorts is to help promote my long form videos. Okay, so long form videos are, I guess it really depends on what your goals are. So for me, for instance, I'm growing a business around my YouTube channel. So I want to make videos that help my audience, long form videos, and you can earn more from the long form videos than you can from shorts in terms of how much you earn per 1,000 views. Say it's a lot more. So if I make, I don't know, let's say I make $20 in a day from a video, long form, I might only make 2 or 3 cents from a short video. You need a whole lot more views from shorts than from long form videos, and I just believe YouTube wants people watching videos for longer on their platform. So if you can keep someone's attention throughout a whole 20-minute video, you're rewarded for that. So because of that, I'm growing my business around my long form videos designed to help people with things, solve a problem. I'll have a question that I'm answering throughout the video, usually. But then what I'll do is I will create a whole bunch of shorts, YouTube shorts, less than a minute, from the long form video, and I'll release them one every day for a few days or something to help promote that video. Okay, so that's kind of the way I've used it. Now, other people will use shorts to start. They'll start off with shorts because they're more comfortable filming for a minute or 2 minutes than making a 15-minute video, right? So it's a good way to practice in that sense. So it really depends on the type of content you want to make. Generally speaking, the audience is different, right? For shorts, the audience typically has a much shorter attention span. So whether it's shorts or Instagram Reels or TikToks, 2 or 3 seconds at the most, and they'll be swiping through to the next one. So that's why, shorts tend to have to be much more engaging, faster paced, have text, popping in and out, whatever. So it may take more to actually make a short than to make a long form video where you're just talking to the camera and where your edits are at a minimum. So yeah, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve, I guess, would be my short answer to that. But a good way to practice if you're not ready to do long form videos. Absolutely. Cindy Campbell says, you mentioned Fiverr that you freelanced with. Do you or can you recommend a one-on-one consultant or coach just to chat for an hour on first steps to get going? Thank you. I don't really know. I can tell you that if you sign up with Fiverr, you can sign up for Fiverr. What's it called? Seller Plus. If you join their Seller Plus program, now I'm not sure if you have to reach certain milestones before you're allowed to join that. I can't remember, but with the Seller Plus program, you have the ability to use consultants at Fiverr. Like you can do a video call with them, and I've done that before for some help, and they're great. It was all part of the Seller Plus program, which I think I want to say it was $30 a month to join the Seller Plus program, and then yeah, I could have video calls, and I think I only did that 3 or 4 times, and I can't tell you how many you get. It might be one a month, maybe it's more than that. I can't remember, but that's what I would suggest. Other than that, I wouldn't know of anybody specifically. That's what I did anyways. I started on my own, and then grew it to a certain point, and then I started getting help directly from them. So good luck with that if that's what you decide to do. And actually, for those who are not aware, Fiverr is a great way to start in this. Like, YouTube is not something that's going to earn you an income right off the bat. It's going to take some time. You have to grow an audience. You have to grow whatever your offer is, right? It takes time to build up. But freelancing, right, is another way you can offer your services. So in my case, I was offering it through Fiverr, video editing services. So I would create a gig on adding subtitles to videos, editing videos for people, editing podcasts, adding lyrics to lyric videos, things like that. So creating tutorial videos actually was one of my more lucrative ones, just creating tutorial videos for people. I used to make them for myself in my previous business that I owned, but then once I stopped doing that, I then started doing it for other people. And Fiverr is a great way to do that. So you can do that while you're starting a YouTube channel, which is kind of how I started my YouTube channel. I was heavy into the Fiverr while I started YouTube, and slowly it's kind of moving over my focus. So I hope that helped. Follow Your Bliss says, just be consistent pumping out content. Takes time. You're throwing down gems. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm going to bring my laptop a little closer to me. I feel like I'm leaning in trying to read it. I might have to upgrade my glasses. These are 1.5s, I think, is what I use right now. But eyes are I need them to read. Jimmy Land says, I've been having fun, learning a lot about myself. It gets easier the more videos I make. Perfect. Awesome. Good luck and keep having fun. That's key. RMW, hello, welcome. Hey Rob, what are some things you know now that you wished you knew when you started? Well, that's hard to say because I feel like I learn something every day. I guess the main thing would be, and some of you might be thankful for this, is the fact that you don't need near as much equipment to do this. How do I word this? I've spent way more on all my gear than I had to. I have more stuff than I need to do this. Now, some of it or a lot of it is because I want to live stream like this. I'm not just making videos. I'm also live streaming and sharing my screen and all this. But I have more. That closet is full of stuff. I have a lot of stuff here that I don't need, and part of that was because I've been researching YouTube. It's going on 4 years now, and every once in a while I'll see a video on YouTube, and this creator is using this light or this camera or whatever, and I'd say, I need that, and so I've spent more than I need. So what I wish I knew when I started my YouTube channel is you don't need any of that stuff to start. All you need is a phone. I would recommend a decent microphone. Don't just rely on the one in your phone, especially if you're going to record outside. And make sure your lighting is good. And so in my case, I have the curtains drawn, so I don't have any outside light coming in. So I have other lights around me here. I'll just switch gears here. So I have a light there. I've got this big light that I use. It's set up for filming when I'm in that chair there. Say hi to Peanut. So I have that light here, and I've got this light up to my right, and I have my curtains drawn. So I also have a light in the back there, right? So that's typically what you're supposed to do. Have 3 points, your lights, the 3 different points, like your key light, a fill light, and then like a hair light or a rim light, it's called sometimes. Have good lighting. But if you're outside, you don't have to worry about any of that, right? Ambient light outside is typically good enough. So that's all you need to make video, and a computer, of course, to edit things together. But really, if you're okay, if your eyes are good enough that you can edit on a phone, right? You can do that too. You can edit videos right on your phone. Use CapCut for mobile and upload your videos from your phone. I've never done that. I like to have a big screen to edit on and to see a long timeline. It's just the way I work. But again, I've got 55-year-old eyes that need bigger screens. Even I have a big iPhone. It's the biggest phone you can have, but it's still not big enough for me to read without these. So yeah, that's what I wish I knew when I started. So hopefully I can save you some money. Those of you who haven't started yet, you don't need to buy all the stuff I have. AJ from Vancouver, Canada. Yes, just starting out and having so much fun. Instead of walk and talk, I'm trying dance videos. Awesome, that's cool. God, that's not something I could do. But hey, all the power to you if you can. Absolutely. And like dancing, just dancing yourself or teaching other people how to dance. Because that could be something that I always like to tell people, that try to help others in your videos. That really, if you think about why people are watching YouTube videos, more often than not, it's not just for entertainment. I mean, yes, sure, there's people that watch YouTube just for entertainment, but I think that's typically the younger crowd. Whereas people, the older crowd, like myself, and probably you guys, are typically on YouTube trying to learn how to do something, usually, right? So if you're going to target the over 40 crowd, over 50, over 60, over 70, and so on, they probably want to learn. They probably don't want to just sit and watch somebody dance on YouTube. They probably want, if they're going to watch a dance video, they may want to learn how to do it themselves. So, I mean, you could show a part, like, here, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do this, and show a short clip of you dancing that way, and then go right into teaching them the best ways to learn how to do it. So, anyways, maybe that's what your channel's about. Maybe it's not. Either way, have fun with it. But I just like to say that for anybody out there trying to figure out what their channel should be about, if whatever the topic is that you come up with, if you can then try to figure out who also wants to know about that thing, and then teach them about it. Teach your audience that you don't have yet how to do that thing, or how to do that thing better, or more economical, or whatever. Give them some tips. And that is what people are looking for. They're looking for answers on specific topics, questions, how to dance, how to edit videos, how to start a YouTube channel, how to cook a steak, whatever, right? Yeah, so there you go. Tommy, hello Tommy, how you doing? Does your Camtasia videos hurt finding your own viewers with YouTube algorithms? Does your Camtasia videos hurt finding your own viewers with YouTube algorithms? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, but I will say YouTube doesn't care what app I use to edit my videos. So YouTube doesn't know that I used Camtasia to make my MP4 video. It has no idea. I could have used Camtasia, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Final Cut, iMovie, Filmora, whatever. YouTube doesn't know. So you can use whatever you want to make your video, whatever you prefer, whatever your budget allows, whatever program you like. So yeah, no, in that respect, that doesn't hurt. So I'm not sure if that's what you asked, but if it is, I hope that helps. And if not, feel free to ask again. Question, if no one watches the first videos, then should I not plan too much those videos and just get something up on the channel to get the ball rolling? Well, one sec. This might lead into something else too. Just to get the ball rolling. Like I've heard of people getting a couple of videos up there, they're not getting views, so maybe they will send their channel link to friends and family. Can you please, subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, it'll really help me out. Really, it doesn't. My understanding, the way this all works, is that does not help at all, because if people are being told to click on something and they click on it, that's like a fake subscriber. So when you come up with another video and that person is made aware of the video, they may or may not watch it again, but that's not helping YouTube find who your real audience is, okay? Unless the friends and family you send your link to are people who genuinely want to learn whatever it is you're teaching or talking about in your video, then it's not going to help you. You need YouTube to be able to find your audience for you organically. And that's why it's also not a good idea to buy subscribers or viewers or, because they're fake, right? If you, so anybody who's trying to sell X number of subscribers or even people that say, hey, I like your channel, why don't you like mine? We'll sub to each other, sub for sub. You've heard of that maybe. Doesn't help. It really, really doesn't help. You need YouTube to be able to find your audience for you organically, because then YouTube will learn, oh, I sent this video to this group of people and a greater percentage watched his video this time. I'll remember that for the next video he pushes out. So that's why I say it might take YouTube several videos before they actually find your audience or a portion of your audience. And if they do find a portion, they'll try to push it out to some more people similar to those people, right? So I'm not sure if that answered your question. If no one watches the first videos, then should I not plan too much those videos and just get something up on the channel to get the ball rolling? Okay, so I think what you're asking is maybe you shouldn't put so much effort into those first videos because they're not going to get very much in terms of views. I guess, except for the fact that the more effort you put into those videos, the better you're going to get at editing and making videos, right? So the way I like to look at it is your first 20 or 30 or whatever videos, when I say they're for you to practice. They're for you to get better so that you are good at making videos and editing videos for when your audience does start to find your channel or when YouTube does start to find your audience for your videos, right? You want to have some skills learned for when your traffic does start increasing, because that'll only help. Okay, so maybe that helps. I hope. Here we are, A and F Beyond. Hello, welcome. We started our channel 3 weeks ago, and our first video got over 5,000 views. Holy cow, that's great. We thought, piece of cake. I think I know where this is going. Then we posted 3 more, and this have only gotten around 100 views each. Okay, great. Okay, so that's, that's data, okay? You're learning something. So now what you want to do is try to figure out why your first video got 5,000 views. And you want to look into your analytics. So look at things like, what was your retention graph like? Like, did people stay for longer in that video or not? What was your click-through rate like with that 5,000 view video versus your next 3? Was the click rate higher or not as high? And then compare the thumbnails. Like did one thumbnail work better than the others, right? And when you're looking at the retention graphs of the others, try to figure out where they left. Like, was it that people saw the video and then clicked away quickly? Maybe they didn't watch your video for as long. That could be part of it. And then also look at the topic and the video, the way, like, really try to analyze that first video. What was it about that video that people really liked? Was it the title? Was it the content? Were you able to hold people's attention for longer? All those things. And I'll also say, though, that it's not a science in that the answer should be staring at you right in the face, because it's not. It's not easy. It's not a piece of cake. Take me, for example. I was making videos for years, finally had one go viral, and got in like a week, got 100,000 views back in July, and I'm thinking, wow, that's great. And ever since then, it's now since grown to over 400,000 views, and I'm making other videos to the same audience, and I haven't had another video come anywhere close to that. One that I posted 2 weeks ago got 20,000 views, or 26,000 views now and counting. It's doing well. But my point is, yes, I'm analyzing that video, trying to figure out what was it about that video that people really liked. Do I make more videos of that exact topic, or do I try to answer other questions that those viewers would also probably want to know, right? And you just try different things, right? And eventually you'll probably get another one that does well. But yeah, really take a look at who your audience was, and try to figure out why they like that video so much, and then try to make more like it. Try to answer a slightly different question, right? If you answered a question in the first one. And your thumbnail. If that thumbnail was a whole lot different than your other three, then try to make your next one more like that one, but slightly different. So anyways, that's a fun problem to have, but it can be frustrating. I understand if you're not getting the same results all the time, but that's the way it works. When you get a good one, it's very rare, if not impossible, for your next one to do even better, right? It's typically going to come back down. And you may spend, your next 10, 20 videos might be lower, right? But you're building a base. You just build your base, and it'll start to grow, and then every once in a while, boom, you might have another one that goes, and just keep trying to figure it out is all I can really suggest. But have fun. Good luck with it. Excuse me. Madhouse Creations. Hello, welcome. I'm on my 4th video in, and have noticed that after the 3rd video, my daily views have increased tenfold. Doing how to craft type of videos it is hard to get a video out each week. Any advice on making more videos? Should I break them up into parts? Not necessarily. If you're finding it hard to do a video every week, then maybe every 2 weeks is good enough. There's no magic formula that says you have to post a video every week. Some channels do just fine once a month, right? And it does depend on the time you have to commit to it, how complicated your videos are. I don't think I would split, like, each video needs to stand on its own. So should have a beginning, a middle, and an end to each video. I don't love the idea of having like a part 1 video and then a part 2 video and so on. I mean, maybe if you're doing a series of maybe a 5-part series on how to do something, then it could be 5 different videos. But as long as each of the 5 videos has a beginning, a middle, and an end to whatever it was you were talking about in that video, I wouldn't leave people hanging at the end and say, oh, we're about a third of the way done, I'll pick this up next week and do the middle part. I don't think I would do that. I think you'd be better off just to wait until you can do the whole thing and have it in one video. But again, unless there are definite breakpoints within your video that you can split it up, I suppose you could do that. But I think I would tend to just do videos less often and make sure that they are a complete work before I would think of trying to split them up. If that helps, that would be my approach anyways, and I hope that helps. What are your thoughts on StreamYard or live streaming? Worth the cost? So I think so. Well, not necessarily StreamYard, but streaming in general, live streaming. I'm a huge advocate of live streaming. That's what I'm doing right now. And it's what put me over the top in terms of my watch hours. So as you know, not that really matters. If you're growing a YouTube business, then the whole YouTube monetization thing doesn't matter as much as you might think. People tend to get hung up on, oh, I got to get monetized, blah, 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 blah. But usually when you get monetized, that only means, oh, now you might make an extra $50 a month, right? It starts relatively small. It can grow and it can get significant, sure, but it may not. And that is definitely not the main way YouTube businesses bring in their revenue. That's a small percentage of a typical YouTube business. A typical YouTube business's revenue. But I kind of got off track there a little bit. I love live streaming for a few reasons. Number one, it's a way to quickly grow your watch hours if you're trying to do that on your YouTube channel. Like again, when I mentioned monetization, part of that is getting 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within a year. And more often than not, I think people reach the 1,000 subscriber point before they reach the 4,000 hours. That not always, but if that's the case and you really want to get monetized and you want to increase your watch hours, live streaming is an easy way to do that. Another reason I like it is great practice for talking to a lens. I'm staring at the lens right now. I look off sometimes, but it's the same as talking to a person. Like and everybody's different, but when I'm talking to a person, I don't typically stare at that person the whole time I'm talking. I'll look here, I'll look there, I'll look down. But a good portion of the time I'm looking at the lens. It's good practice. If you want to put yourself in your videos, then live streaming and looking at the lens when you're talking is great practice for making videos of you doing the same. So that's another reason I like it. And it's great at growing your channel faster overall. I've picked up a lot of subscribers from my live streams. It's another piece of content. So it might take me half a day to film, to record and then edit a video and upload it to YouTube. Half a day, sometimes a full day. And that might be a 15-minute video. Whereas if I live stream, I can do a 2-hour live stream in 2 hours. That's it, done. No editing, it's all done. No editing involved at all. Now I could go into YouTube after the fact, and I've done this sometimes. I don't necessarily think I have to, but if I wanted to, and I have done this, I can go into the YouTube editor and delete off, how I have a 5-minute countdown typically at the beginning of my live streams. I could delete that out. But I haven't seen the benefit of deleting that yet. And quite honestly, if you pull up one of my live streams and you see that it's counting down from 5 minutes, you can just grab that little play button and move it ahead and you can skip that if you wanted to, right? So that's why I don't worry about that too much. So yeah, I think live streaming is worth the cost for sure. Now, StreamYard, I've used them in the past. I've heard that they've recently increased their pricing, but I haven't used them in a while. I use Ecamm Live, which is only available for Mac. It's software that runs on my MacBook. But I like it because it allows me to highlight your comments. That's how I'm getting the comments on the screen. So your comment here is on the screen. I can click it and make it disappear. Click it again, it reappears. So I love that. StreamYard lets you do that too. But StreamYard doesn't run on your computer. It's browser-based. Okay, so a little bit different that way. You can't do as many custom things through StreamYard as you can with Ecamm Live. OBS Studio is another one you could use, either on a Mac or a PC. Excuse me. And OBS Studio is free. Okay, Ecamm Live is not. I think I pay $20 a month for this. And there's other ones. vMix is one for PC. Restream, I think, is another one you could use. But yeah, I love live streaming. I think it's great. So it's part of my strategy. I do it every week. In fact, I don't think I've mentioned this yet today, but this is live stream number 50. The 50th one I've done over the years. So little milestone. For best times to publish, go into Analytics and then the Audience tab. You will see a chart. There you go. Thank you. Took me a bit to find it, but I found it. Creatures of the Night, hello, welcome. Homeowners, I am thinking instructional how-to videos about landscape design, i.e. drafting. What's your advice on what to make videos about? Yeah, that's a great idea, how-to videos. So again, that's where I think it's at. I think YouTube is set up perfectly for teaching people how to do things. So if you want to make how-to videos, how to design landscapes, yeah, I think there'd be an audience for that, absolutely. My advice would be to just pick a topic within that niche, the landscape design niche, maybe the topic is how to use certain design software, or maybe advice on where to put certain plants and how to draw certain types of plants. I'm not sure if that's if you mean plants, or trees or flowers or anything like that, or actual structures like I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Tiling or whatever, making like outdoor barbecue areas and things like that. Anything to do with like pick a topic that you think you can help people with, make a video about it, and then make sure in your video, within the video somewhere, if you can ask your audience for ideas for your next video, you should do that. So you could say, if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Or if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments below. Things like that. If there's anything about this video you wish you'd like me to expand on in a future video, let me know in the comments below. Things like that. Your audience can help guide you in terms of what your future videos will be about. And if you get in the habit of doing that every time, it can just kind of feed itself. And then before you know it, your niche will kind of settle in and you'll be growing. So yeah, best of luck with that. That's great. Dan says, I talked to the tech support over at Camtasia. My question was, could I use an external SSD drive to edit? They said that as long as you have a modern, fast machine connected to the SSD, it will work. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, and when they say a modern, fast machine, ultimately what it comes down to is how fast can you get the information off of that drive into your computer, basically. So I think, so that they're talking about the bus, right? So like the wires, the connection, how fast the connection. So like on your computer, if you're going to plug an SSD into it, let's say, so you would have to probably plug it in via USB, probably USB-C. You'd want to plug it in to the fastest port. So typically on a computer, if you have multiple USB ports, they may not all be the same speed. Okay, you'd want to find whichever one is the fastest, and that's the one you're going to want to plug your SSD drive into. So hope that helps. But yeah, the fastest way to get data into your computer is from an internal SSD if you have one. But if you don't have an internal SSD, then yeah, you can plug an external one in, plug it into the fastest USB port that you have. You may have to look up your computer to figure out which one is the fastest. Actually, you could probably do a search in your system settings to find out which is your fastest one. Renegade's Garage. Hello, everyone. First time catching one of your live streams. Welcome. Glad to have you. That's great. I'm a landscape designer. I want to leverage my skills on YouTube helping homeowners. I am thinking instructional how-to videos about landscape design, i.e. drafting. What's your advice? Oh, I think I already answered that. I hope if you have any other specific questions, let me know, but I pretty much answered what you just said there in your previous comment, so hopefully that helps, and good luck with it. Amalicia says, I have my long form videos ready, but was waiting a little to upload. We'll start uploading the rest. Thanks. Blessings. Awesome. You got them all ready to go. Start uploading. Have fun. Hola, Rob. Javier here. Hello. Welcome, Javier. I'm sorry. I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong. Hello from Romania. Hello, Romania. How you doing? Hello, fam from Puerto Rico. Hey, Amalicia and Violetta. English by reportage at Latinos over 40. Very good. Everyone's saying their hellos. Hi, Renegade. I think he means, do those old videos hurt your current brand? Oh, okay. So I believe you're talking about my old Camtasia videos. I don't think they do. So the reason I've left my Camtasia videos, I mean, my current brand, yeah, it's more about helping people grow on YouTube, editing videos, people over 40 and all that. But part of that is how to edit videos. So that's why I see, like, I don't see a problem in having my older Camtasia videos on my channel, because some people will want. Now, most of those how-to videos are for a little more complex things in Camtasia, that a typical beginner may not need or may not want to know about. But they're there if they want to refer to them. So, but because there is a bit of overlap there, I thought, why not? I mean, I had, I think I was at 37 or 3,800 subscribers in June, when my channel was pretty much exclusively about Camtasia. But it grew really fast once I made the switch to teaching people over 40 about YouTube. So I wouldn't want to delete those Camtasia videos and have them basically leave those 3,800 subscribers in the lurch, right? So no, I don't think it hurts my channel. Maybe some people might look at it, like some of my newer subscribers might look back and say, I don't need to know all this about Camtasia. I don't even use Camtasia. I use CapCut or whatever they use. Maybe, but I don't think it matters too much. I have enough videos now of both topics, and I think you can tell which direction I'm kind of going lately by what my newer videos are about. So, and every once in a while, I'm going to post a video about something slightly different. Like, all of my videos aren't going to be about over 40 and motivational type videos, why you should start and all this. Every once in a while, I'll post something slightly different. Like last week, I posted a video on how to make a thumbnail, and I was going to go over that in this live stream, and I still am. I said I would, and I will. How to make a thumbnail in Canva, right? That nothing to do with Camtasia, but I posted that video last week, and that also has nothing to do really with people over 40, but it does have something to do with people wanting to learn how to make a thumbnail, and that's all part of starting a YouTube channel too. So yeah, I will every once in a while post something a little different just to see how it works. I use iMovie, CapCut, and DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos depending how much editing the video needs. Very good. I'm struggling to get the views I think my videos should be getting. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to know why, but yeah, patience. You just have to have patience and try to be consistent. And if you're making videos that help other people, and you're making videos for the same audience you've been making videos for, that's the best way forward, I think. And then just try to do some searches on what else your audience might need help with, and try to help them with that as well. Sophie Love Lifestyle. Hello, Sophie. How you doing? I am a new YouTuber and I really enjoy editing. Sometime it can be time consuming though. Can't wait for one of my videos to go viral. Yes, yeah, that's nice. It's nice when that happens for sure. And editing does take time. It absolutely does. But all I can say is the more you do it, the faster you'll get at doing it. And also, the simpler you keep things, the faster you can get through editing a video. So try not to do too many complex things. They're not as needed or necessary as perhaps they once were. Keeping things simple. I think people these days like simple. They like authentic. And simple and authentic and one-take videos tend to be very simple to edit. Delete the mistakes in the beginning, any mistakes in the middle, and cut off the end, and you're done. You maybe add a little bit of text here and there. You don't really have to do much more than that. Maybe some music. I mean, as much as you want to do, really. Tyson Larson, wish I could be part of the live. I am at work now. Oh, yeah, that's too bad. I mean, maybe someday I'll try a different time to do this. But I think I need to keep this time consistent, like I say. But perhaps I'll surprise you guys and do one at a different time on another day sometime that maybe other people who can't normally tune in can tune in. I think the more you post, the better you get in editing and the more your audience will grow. Yep, absolutely. The better you will get, 100%. Absolutely. as far as your audience growing, as long as you keep answering questions and asking your audience what else they'd like to learn from you, then yeah, you should grow. What do you use for green screen capture with video? How about green screen? What camera are you using now? I don't use a green screen. I've never used a green screen. There are some videos, some of my Camtasia videos, you may have noticed if you watched them, where it looks like I've deleted the background, so that maybe I used a green screen to do that. I didn't. I used a tool in Camtasia called Background Remover. It's one click and it removes the background. So as long as you're using a video image where you're in focus and the background is not in focus, Camtasia has a much easier time to get that right, and it'll remove the background. And then I shrink myself down and I put myself down in the bottom corner, and that's how I do that. No green screen. What camera am I using? I'm using this one right now. I'm using the Sony a6400, and I also have to tell you about the lens, because the camera itself isn't what makes this picture. The lens I'm using is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens, prime lens. And that, because the f number is low, f1.4, that is what gives it a blurry background, right? I'm in focus, the background's blurry. Some people like that look. I do. Some people maybe not so much. If the f number was higher, like an f3.5 or 5.5, whatever, then the background could be in focus as well. That's typically better for more landscape videos or like outside and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I'm using now. The other camera I have over here is the newer version of the a6400 by Sony. It's the Sony ZV-E10. And I have two cameras. So I leave this one here for my live streams all the time. And this one on a tripod, I use that when I'm making videos sitting in that chair over there. But I only have one of these lenses. So I'll take this lens off and put it over there on that camera when I'm making those videos. Because again, I like the look it gives. Eric Halverson just dropped in. Hello, and I think that's a Norway flag. Hello, Norway, how you doing? Eric? Sophie, how are you? Rod Beer Ventures. Doing a live stream is a great way to go. Oh, you waking up? Am I being too loud? Peanut's hanging in there today. I'll try to get her in my next video that I make. She hasn't been around. She doesn't always cooperate when I make my videos in the chair. But yeah, doing a live stream is a great way to go. And now you can take the live stream and use a program like Opus Clip to pull out other smaller videos to use as repurposing, which is good as well. Absolutely. I've actually used Opus Clip to make a lot of my YouTube shorts that I've made. That's a great program. I like that. Crazy Cooley, do you only live stream in your community, or do main feed as well for live stream? Do you only live stream in your community, or do main feed as well for live stream? I don't understand the question. When you do a live stream through YouTube, anybody can see it. Okay, anybody. So trying to think of what your question might have been. So yeah, anybody can see it. Now, it's only my subscribers that would get notified that I'm about to do a live stream, okay, if they've clicked the notify me button. Other than that, YouTube will try to put my thumbnail of this live stream in the suggested videos part for anybody else it thinks might want to see my live stream. So that's a way perhaps to get new viewers. So there's that. But yeah, so the other thing is chat. Okay, so I have a live streamer myself. I can set my chat up in a couple of different ways. Right now, the way I have it set up is that anybody can post. Anybody can type in a message and have it appear in the chat, and I can answer questions from anybody. whether you're subscribed or not. Okay. As channels get bigger, some channels may want to turn that off and only allow their subscribers to post questions. And further than that, you can also set it up so that only people who have joined your channel and pay like a monthly subscription fee, only allow those people to submit questions. I haven't done that either. I'm nowhere near big enough for any of that. And you know, if I ever get to the point where I just can't get through all the questions, then at that point I may limit it to subscribers only. But we're not there yet. Although some of you might think we're there because we're coming up on 2 hours almost, and I've just been doing live Q&A, but that's where we are. When doing live stream, do you, I clicked it, there we go. When doing live stream, do you plan your topic or you do freestyle? What I do is I usually write down a few notes on my notepad so that I know what I'm going to talk about. And I may refer to it every once in a while. Other than that, I freestyle. When I first started my live streams, I was nervous. I was really nervous because in my mind, as soon as I hit go live, 1 million people are going to be watching me. That's not the case. In fact, I think the only people who were watching my first one were my kids and my nephew. I think that was it. But it's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. So because of that, I was very prepared. I had a tutorial ready to go that I was going to share my screen and show people how to do something in Camtasia. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, so that I could do the live stream even with nobody asking questions. Because the first time you go live, you may not have anybody stop in and watch. You might not. And you have to be prepared for that. But now I know there's going to be people in here with questions, so I always start off with the live Q&A. And it seems to be going well. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get at it. There you go. Tech for Senior, question for Rob. Camtasia really wants you project file or imported videos on your local drive. Even fast SSDs don't work well. Transfer file to your local drive. Okay, there you go. That was a question somebody asked earlier. Yeah, good suggestion. I didn't know that. I've never done that. I've never edited directly off of an external drive. When I bought my MacBook, I made sure I had a good sized hard drive in it. I've got a 2 terabyte drive in this, and I usually have 1 terabyte free. And as my projects build up, I transfer them off of my laptop onto a I've got a NAS in my storage room. So yeah, if possible, edit off of your hard drive. And I guess, as Tech for Senior says, it's more important with Camtasia. I wasn't aware of that, so that's good to know. Thank you for chiming in. That's great. My Fire and Electrical Code channel will have programs members can subscribe to that will count towards requiring continuing education hours for state licensure, similar to an electrical trade school. That sounds cool. That sounds very cool. Awesome. A lot of people are recording different kinds of videos, not staying in a niche. They are doing well. Gary Vee says algorithm is an interest graph. Your content will find audience. Yeah, I guess I agree with that in terms. So, I mean, whatever Gary Vee says, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about way more than I do. But my understanding of the way this works is, yes, every video has to stand alone, on its own. It will get promoted or not by YouTube, okay? Having said that, once you start building up subscribers, right, that's when, if all of your videos are around one topic, then you may get more people wanting to subscribe if they see that you've got more videos on that topic. But if your videos are kind of all over the place, and the YouTube algorithm may push your video out to a lot of people, and you might have a video do really well, but if that's the only video you have on that topic, people may not be as apt to want to subscribe to you because you've got nothing else to say about that. Now, if you notice that one of your videos goes viral, then that might be a hint or a clue to you that you should make more videos on that topic or around that topic to try to capture more of those people, right? So, yeah, no, that's a good point. It's something I'm I'm just reading ahead here. Your thoughts, film what you want. Yep, very good. Yeah, each video does have to stand on its own, and it doesn't really matter the channel that's attached to it and how many subscribers you have, except for that whenever you post a new video, your subscribers will be the first to be notified about that new video. So the greater the subscribers you have, the more initial views your video may get from your subscribers, and that's how YouTube will start building their data for your channel. So anyways, I hope that helps. Liam, how you doing, Liam? Good to see you, bud. Daphne, hello, Daphne. How you doing? Hi, are you live off your camera on your computer? Nope. Nope, my computer camera is here. This camera is here. So I can switch over to my iPhone and I'll show you. I am looking at this camera right here. That's the one. I have it plugged into my computer, and I'm not using this camera, right? That's the camera built into my MacBook. I've got this Sony camera with my lens that I talked about that I'm using. Okay, that is how I am doing it. Put that back there. Thank you, love the content, no problem. I hope I was able to answer your question. Thanks, no problem. I got to the end of the chats, have I? Wow, that only took me 1 hour and 50 minutes. Sorry guys, if that was a little longer than normal through the live chat. I hope you like that format though. But let me show you now real quick. I'm gonna have a drink here, and I'm gonna show you about I'm gonna show you a thumbnail. Okay. And once so 2 more things to talk about here. I'm going to quickly show you how I make my thumbnails and a couple of other things that I did not include in the video that I put out last week. Then I'm going to talk about the Creator Accelerator that's going to be coming out shortly. A coaching program that I'm going to be making available very soon, as soon as it's ready. So let me go to Canva, and then I'll share my screen with you guys. X that out. All right, bear with me just 1 second. Just getting set up here. And then I will press a button over here. Let's move this back a bit. Press this button here. There we go. Sharing my screen with you. Let me drag this side of the screen in so you're not missing anything, because I've got my mug up there. Actually, can I make that smaller? Yeah, there we go. Make that a little bit smaller. And drag this over here a little bit. That's probably good right there. All right. This is Canva. So for those of you who don't use Canva, Canva is an image editing piece of software. Web-based, okay? You use it in a browser. So nothing you have to download. Canva has a free version and they have a paid version. And I'm not even sure, I can't remember. I think the paid version might be $10 to $15 a month, something like that. Probably with a discount if you pay for the year. But you may just need the free version. I will tell you what I do that requires the paid version. When I do it. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a whole bunch of things. It remembers everything I've really ever done. Like this is going back a couple years, my thumbnails way back. But now this right here is the overlay I made for today. If I click in there, that'll take me to this image, and that's an overlay for the live stream that I did. So when I press on this, notice I have this overlay here on the bottom. I've got it hooked to my Stream Deck so I can toggle it on and off like that. That overlay I made in Camtasia about 5 minutes before I went live. So let's go back to Camtasia. Sorry, not Camtasia, Canva. I made it in Canva. So here we are, and this is it here. So I searched for palm trees in the design elements. I was under elements, I guess, graphics here. And then this is just text, an arrow, you know, logo, more text, all of that. And I left this white. Now, this is something you would need the paid version of Canva for, and that is to leave the rest of this all transparent. Okay, so when I go to download this image, I don't want this to be white. I want it to be see-through. I want it to be transparent, because when I then put it in my Ecamm Live for the live streaming, notice how here it's all, can you see? All, like just all this, all of me, I'm able to show through because that white part was transparent. Okay? To be able to download images with transparency, you need the paid version. All right? And so where you would find that is if you go up to share, this is how I would download it. I would click, I want to download this option here. So I don't want to download all 10 pages. I just want to, if I wanted to download that page 1, the top one, live stream 50, I would check that, say done, and I would have to click transparency mode, transparent background. Okay? And this little crown here indicates that that is an option for the paid version only. Okay, that would be grayed out if I was on the free version. Okay, anyways, I've kind of went down. I didn't want to, this is not what I wanted to show you, but it is something to show you. So let's go back, hit the home button here again. Let's go back here. Here's where my thumbnails are, but what I'm going to do, let's build one from scratch. So to build a YouTube thumbnail in Canva, you would start by clicking this here. This is a preset. And all this does, all these are presets with a predetermined height and width of your canvas that you're about to design on. For a YouTube thumbnail, it's 1280 by 720 pixels. Okay, so I can either click that, or I can just come over to custom size and type in 1280 by 720. I'm just going to click on this. Easier. So here we go, brand new, and this down here is where I can adjust the size. Brand new blank canvas, all right? And you can come up here and add things to it, okay? But now what I'm gonna do, if I go to uploads, I click on uploads, you can see all kinds of images that I've uploaded in the past, okay? These images I get from my videos. So what I do when I make a thumbnail, I make my video first, and I edit my video, and I have my video rendered, and I start the upload process to YouTube before I even start my thumbnail. I will already have an idea as to what I want my thumbnail to be, and I get that idea from, before I even film the video, I'll have an idea as to what I want for the thumbnail or the text on the thumbnail and the title, right? But then when it comes time to make the thumbnail, what I'll do is I'll get the video. So let me just go over to my projects, and I'm going to open a video. So here is a video. It opened on another screen. Let me just drag it down so you can see it. Here's a video that I made, and I can scrub through it. I just launched the MP4 video, so I'm on a Mac. So on a Mac, it opens, what is this? QuickTime Player, I think it is? Yeah. So, but that doesn't matter. Whatever program you can open a video in, you'd want to open it up, make it large enough, and then find a good spot in the video that you want to turn into a thumbnail, right? And with Canva, you can get it close, and then you can use the arrow key. Sorry, not Canva. This is in QuickTime. You can use the arrow keys to play it in slow motion until you find a place where you want, like maybe there, maybe I want to be looking at the camera, or maybe not. There, I'm kind of half smiling there. Maybe that's a good spot. So then what I do is I would make the image as large as I can, because I want the resolution to be high. And then I go Command-Shift-4. That's the shortcut for making or grabbing a screenshot on a Mac. I forget what it is on Windows. But I think there's a snipping tool on Windows you can use to get a screenshot. But on a Mac, you would then have crosshairs here. See how I've got crosshairs? I'm going to click in the top corner and drag to the bottom corner and release. That creates a thumbnail. That creates a screenshot of that area automatically, and it goes to my downloads folder. So let's move that out of the way now. And I am going to, so now with this, I'm looking at my downloads folder. I'm going to simply drag that into Canva. And I can either drag it into this area here under uploads, or just drag it right to the canvas. Either way will work. So if I click and drag it, see it says drop files to upload. I'll just release. Now it's uploading, and it's uploading right here. Let's just make this smaller here. It's already uploaded. Even before the uploading finishes, you can click on this here and it'll appear on the canvas. So here we are. I want to fill the canvas with my image like that. And I might even want to make myself even bigger like this. Right? Find exactly how you want it. And then, do I have, no. So then what you want to do, so what I do next is I'll add text, okay? So I'll go up to the text icon here, and you can click on any of these. Let's just click on heading here. And it pops up some text right here. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. No, not like that. Grab a corner, make it bigger. Okay, I know I'm going to want this to be white, so I'm going to double click that to highlight it. Come up here and click on white for the color. Now we can start, actually I'm going to left justify it. I find it easier to work with this way. Put it up here. I have a font that I like to use for my thumbnails, so I'll go up here and I'll find it here. It is League Spartan. I like that one right there. And I also like it to be all caps as well. So I am going to want to think about what the thumbnail is going to, what the text is going to be. Let's think of something. What was the text for this? If I go back to my channel content, you can do this, right? It's now or never. That's one I did. Film like this. Let's try that. I'm going to double click this. Film, or how about record? Record. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. I like big text. And I'm going to give you a hint, something you can do to see if your text is the right size or not. So with that there, I'm going to go Control C, Control V. No, sorry, I'm going to delete that. Back up. I like to add a drop shadow to my text to help it stand out no matter what the background is. Obviously, white will work well on a dark background, but it doesn't work as well on a light background. So if any part of my text goes on a lighter background, if it has a dark drop shadow, that will help. Okay, so the way to get to that is you would go up to Effects and up here to Shadow. I'll turn the transparency all the way up. Actually, you can see the shadow. The color is not set to black. Let's set that to black. There we go. And then you can change the transparency. I like it all the way up. And then you can change the offset, right? If you want. Just find something that works for you. And the direction, if you want, you can change the direction of the drop shadow. I think that looks good. Okay, that's how I want my text. So now once I have all of the effects done to the text that I want, I'm going to copy it with Command C and then Command V to paste. Control C and Control V if you're on a PC. Move it to where you want it, double click, change the text, record, like, and then repeat the same thing. This, exclamation mark. How's that? Record like this. Okay, so now what you can do is you can actually, holding down Shift and select them all, then I like to right click and click on Group, so it's like one thing now. And this one thing, I can make that smaller. I can actually resize it if I want. I probably don't want it to go into my head too much. Maybe that's good. Okay, there we go. That's that. I mean, we could be done. And if we're done, then I can just download this. I believe everything I've done you can do in the free version. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. But now I want to show you something that I know you need the paid version for. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you. Just to download this, all you would do is you would click on Share, Download, and then Download. Just click Download, and it's downloading it. It's going to be called Heading. See, heading.png. That's because that's what it was called up here. If I want to change the name, just double click in here, record like this. Let's call it that. Okay, but now let me show you another trick. It's warm in here. Let me take a drink. I'm going to show you one more thing in Canva. Actually, a couple more things. But this trick here, if you want your face to be enhanced, then the way to do that is, well, here. Actually, let me make a copy of this whole thumbnail first. Duplicate the page. You can click on that. Now I've got a copy of it. Okay. Now what I want to do with this, and the only reason I did that is I want you to be able to see what the change that I made. So right now I have my image highlighted, not this text, but this image. I'm going to go and click Control C and Control V to make another copy of it. Okay. Now I want to remove the background, and this is right here, and as you can see there's a crown there, so this is only available for the paid version. If I click on that, it's going to do its AI thing, and in my experience, Canva does an amazing job at this, and look at that, it did. And in fact, let's just add another page so I can show you how good of a job it did. See that? Isn't that something? So that's what it did. So let's bring this back up here. Oh, what did I do? Control Z, Control Z. There we go. It's back up here. And I want to line it up exactly with the other one. Okay, I can delete that page now. And now what I want to do is I want to edit the image of me without a background. I'm starting to sweat. It's getting warm in here. So I will click on Edit. And I'm going to click on Adjust. And now what I want to do is I want to increase the brightness. I can increase the brightness here. Contrast, I can increase or decrease the contrast if I want. Highlights, you can mess around with those and just make it look as good as you can. Okay, I find if you modify these too much, it doesn't always make it look better. But brightness is one that I typically, now in this case, my brightness is pretty good already, so maybe this wasn't a great example of that. If your white balance was off, you can adjust that with the temperature. Okay, and then there's always the tint, but that messes around with the color. Usually I add some brightness. But now you can see what the difference is. So that's a little bit lighter than this. Now, something else, this is now hiding part of my text. So the way to fix that is with myself highlighted, I'll go into Position, then I'll click Layers, and I simply want to put myself below the text. And that fixed that, okay? Okay, so actually I'm missing something in the chat. Let me just quickly check the chat, see what I might be missing here. Great chat today. Your 40-hour video. You've helped me tremendously. Keith, awesome. Thank you for your advice. Thanks, Rob. Always just looking for questions here. Snake Doctor, where would be a good place to go to get hands-on training for editing? It depends what you're looking for. What I would do is I would just search on YouTube for the specific editing program that I want to use. And you can find tutorials on just about anything on YouTube. That's what I would do, honestly. The Creator Classroom. As a canvassador, I saw Canva live and had to pop in. Hello. Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Hope everyone got all the new Canva features today. It was Droptober. I was not aware of that. I was not aware of that. I'll have to check that out afterwards. I like big text and I cannot lie. Can you template the setup on Canvas? So on Canva, I believe is what you mean, and yes. So I'll show you what I do. Let's just leave here I'll come back to this, but if I go back up to my home page, home, and let's go into here. This is my thumbnail project. So this is the thumbnail from the video, for the video that I put out on, I think it was Friday. If I zoom out here, you can see other thumbnails. And you can see this is page 5 of 89. All of my thumbnails are in here, going way back. Okay, going back to like March. And the reason I have them all here like this is because I copy and paste, delete what I don't want, keep what I do, and I start like that. So for instance, if I like this one and I want to make a thumbnail similar to this, I'll click this duplicate page button like that. Now I've got a duplicate of it. I will highlight this, delete that. I will double click and change the text. So now I'm just editing the text. I've already got the drop shadow and the text format or font and size already the way I want it, and I can import a new image and go from there. So in a way, that is a template. That's how I do it. I believe Canva does have a templating option as well that I've not really used, but I find this is just as easy to do this. Now, pretty soon I'll probably create a new file because 85, I don't know what the maximum I can have is. It might be 100, it might be, I want to say it's 300. I'm not 100% sure. Let me delete what I just did here. I'm going to delete this page now, get back to where I was. So yeah, that's how I handle that. So hopefully that helps. I didn't see all of it, but I believe so. Oh, that everything you did was free. Yes, I think so too. The two big things that I know of that you need the paid version for are transparent backgrounds, background remover. Those are the two things that I use that I know you need the paid version for, and that the transparent background is before I even knew about background remover, and it might have been before background remover was even available. This goes back several years. I upgraded to paid for the transparent background reasoning because I wanted to make overlays for my live streams, and also for if ever you want to make an image with a transparent background, so the background sees through in your video, Canva is great for that. So that's why I upgraded many years ago. I like to create multiple versions just like Rob is doing to check to see small differences. Yes, I've only started doing that recently, but I find it helps. A free way to do that is to click Select Area and select the foreground. Rob, if you haven't tried Magic Grab, you should try that too. I have not. Whoops. Magic, I'm going to make a note. Magic Grab in Canva. I'll check it out. Thank you very much. I will check that out. All right, let me get back to this. Before I'm starting to lose some people, so I don't want to lose too many of you before I get into the last thing I want to talk about. There's one more thing I want to show you here. Let me go back to the home. Sorry, let me remove this comment here. Let's go back to my home and go back into here. This is the file we were working on. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, you know how some thumbnails have an outline of people in the thumbnail? I'll show you how to do that. And you do the same thing. You remove the background first, like I did in this copy here. See, the background's removed. Now what you want to do, right there, is go into Edit. And let me see if I remember how to do this. I don't do this very much, excuse me, anymore. But where is it? It's in Shadows, I believe. If you go to Shadows and go to Outline, there we go. There we go. It just did it. So Outline, change the color to white, which would be up here, and that did it. Now you want to make sure you're lined up right, and you may even have to make it slightly bigger like that to cover everything in the background. And there you go. And you can change the size of the outline like this. Okay. The intensity, what does that do? Okay, that's like opacity. Okay. So yeah, that is something else you can do, and you can move your text. So I like doing that. One last thing I'll show you in here, and that for that, let me go back to the home page again and go back into my main thumbnails project file and go down, and I wanted to show you this one here. This is a thumbnail I made for my Faceless channel video. This was what I was gonna make. I think I had this as the thumbnail for a little bit of time, and then I changed it to this. One thing you might notice with this file here, actually I'm gonna duplicate it so that I don't mess up. I want to keep a copy of the one I'm really using. So what I did in this case, I don't know if you can tell, but the chair and Peanut here is much larger than they usually are in my other videos. Like, look here. She's smaller there, she's bigger there. All I did is this background image is a different image than this one. So I removed my, that right there is what is the image I started with, and then I removed the background of me in another image and put it on top. That way I can you know, modify the size of me with respect to the chair separately. See that? So, and then again, I could also put that border around myself if I go to Edit and go back to Shadows and Outline. There you go. There's a black outline. I can change the color again. I can change it to, well, whatever color I want. White usually is what I would do. There you go. Now for this, I probably would put an outline around the text as well. But there you go. All kinds of different things you can do with Canva. But again, removing the background, which is what you have to do for all of these different things, you need the paid version to do that. So I hope that any questions, feel free to let me know. But yeah, that's what I use to make all of my thumbnails, and I have for years. Let me just double check the chat here. Select your image, click Edit, then at the top under Adjust, there is a Select Area. Select your image, click Edit, and then what'd you say? Then at the top under Adjust, there's a Select Area. Adjust. Oh, under here, Select Area. Whoops. Oh, that's Crop. Magic Edit, grab text. Oh, there's all kinds of things. I mean, if I had more time, I'd explore this a little bit more right now, but we're starting to get beyond what I've used Canva to do. Bottom line is you can use Canva to do a whole lot more than what I use it for. You can see there's all kinds of filters here, some effects, blur. But yeah, you mentioned Magic Grab. That's here. If I clicked on that, oh, I see. Grab that. Grab a cup of tea. We'll have your image warmed up in moments. And then we have another copy of it. Crazy. It has to be on a picture with a background. Oh, okay. All right. Understand. So yeah, if I did it down here or something, you can grab it that way. Okay, cool. All right, I will play around with that, but don't know it well enough to do it here in this live, and we're kind of running out of time. But yeah, it separates the person from the background. Cool. Awesome. Oh, and they had something else here. I listen. Oh, Arlene says I listened in the background while working on some other things like a co-working session. Very good. Awesome. That's great. Uh, yeah. So Canva, give it a shot. Give the free version a shot and see what you can do with it. You might enjoy it. I like it, but it replaces the need for like a Photoshop, which I always had a hard time understanding how to use Photoshop. So, yeah, last thing I wanted to mention before I go. Thanks for everybody for stopping in again today. This is great. Over 2 hours today. Yeah, the last thing I wanted to mention is I will be coming out with a coaching program that I'm still working out the kinks, trying to figure out exactly what it'll be. I believe I'm going to call it the Creator Accelerator. I've had people ask me about coaching, about one-on-one help, and I haven't offered it yet. And it's funny. I've never offered one-on-one coaching like through video like this before. But believe it or not, I am a coach. I used to be a coach, but of a sports team, a curling coach. For those of you who aren't Canadian, curling might be a little bit foreign to you, but it's a sport that's very popular here in Canada and a lot of Northern European countries, and more so in Asia as well, and growing in the States. But yeah, so I've been a curling coach for quite a long time, and I can use that as I mean, this is different. This is obviously different, but I think my experience with that will help in this coaching creator accelerator program. I have to nail down the title, what I'm going to call it. I'm not sure yet, but it's probably going to be out in, I want to release it in about a week, but it might be 2 weeks before I can. Before I settle on exactly what I can offer. I have to look at my time, my schedule, and there's going to be a limit on the number of people I can coach. So the idea is for those of you who want to fast track your way to getting set up with YouTube, your channel all set up, and get rolling with making videos, get better at making videos, editing videos, everything that goes along with it, how to analyze your analytics and all of that stuff. If you just find that you're overwhelmed and all the information is out there and it's free to get on YouTube, but if you want kind of a step-by-step, this is what you do. And not just that, but it's going to be customized for each individual. Okay, so it would start with a discovery call, which would be a video call, and I would learn. I'd have some questions to ask you. It'll actually start with an application form. So I'd want to learn a little bit about you because I'm only going to have a limited number of spots that I can offer this to. I want to be somewhat selective with who gets in because my time is limited. I still want to be able to put out videos, at least 1 to 2 a week, and do these live streams. But so this will be in addition to that. I want to be able to offer coaching and help people fast track their way through it. And my initial thoughts are it would be a 3-month thing and a weekly call, like 1 hour a week. So it's pretty intensive. 1 hour a week with me to kind of go over what you're doing and what you need help with, give you feedback and give you some assignments as to what to do next. And every week we get together and we'll do that for 12 sessions for 3 months. And at that point, we'll see where you're at. I would suggest you're going to be pretty far ahead, much further ahead than if you didn't have this coaching helping you along. Okay, so that's the idea. And we'll see how it goes. Again, I need another week or two to figure out how many of these I can offer and just to get things squared away. But if you have any questions about any of that, let me know in the chat here, or let me know in the comments below if you're watching this on the replay or if your question comes up after I've left. All right, so I will come out with a video explaining it better once I have everything all set and once I have the the website, my website, updated with that information. Right now, if you go to my website, it just takes you to the Creators Cove and the course that I created, and gives you the option to buy that course and get you into Creators Cove. As part of the Creator Accelerator program, if that's what I'm going to call it, you'll get access to Creators Cove as well, which is like a community of people that help each other, and you can share your wins with and ask questions and all that stuff. And what else do I have written down? So yeah, it'll be 12 calls. You'll have some takeaways, some homework to do. And it's all going to be based on what you can do. So that'll be part of the discovery call. I want to know, how much time do you have to devote to this? What do you think your niche is going to be? Do you need help finding that? What are your current skills? Do you already know how to use a specific video editing software, or is there something else you would rather learn how to use? How important is it that you earn money from your YouTube channel? That's a big one. A lot of people want to do this to make money, to earn an income. A lot of people want to do it full time as their job. That's important to know. If that's what you're striving towards, that's important to know going in, so we can set you up for success with that. Is that it? Is that all I wanted to say? Yes, I believe so. So yeah, look for that. And as soon as it's ready, I will let you know. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know that as well. Let me go right back into the chat here, just to see if there's anything else. I'm scrolling back up to see where I was at. Thanks for the inspiration. I'm working my way up to launching my own channel soon. Awesome. Good luck with that. Today is a great day to start using it because there are so many updates that dropped today. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out Canva after I get off this this live stream. I want to see what new things they added. Catchy name. Thanks for dropping in. Heading to Canva next. Awesome. Just wanted to say hi. View from my table. How you doing? You'll do great, Rob. Thank you. One-on-one. Yes, one-on-one. So video call, one-on-one, is the idea. So that's why I can only do so many, because 1 hour call, 50-minute calls, because I'm going to need some time to basically summarize our call, and so the calls will be recorded. They'll be done through my Kajabi website set up, the Creators Cove that I already have set up. It'll all be done through that. Yeah, one-on-one, the calls will be recorded so that you can refer to them afterwards if you want to. There you go. Sounds awesome, Rob. This was a great live too. Thanks. No problem, Daphne. Thank you for watching. That's it. That's where we're at. I think I will stop it there. Thanks everybody for stopping in this week. I'll be back next week. Before that, I will have another video out. It's not ready yet, so it might not be tomorrow. It might be Thursday, but there will be one video before the end of the week that I come out with. So look for that. So again, thanks everybody for dropping in today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Again, if you have any questions after I leave, you can leave them in the comments below, and I always answer all comments, questions on my videos. So there you go. Thanks again for stopping in, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Thanks, guys. Bye.